Hi there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrology forecast for November 2021. And just a quick reminder, you also have a monthly tarot forecast already up, and it's on my main channel page. You can actually just click on my avatar below and it'll take you right to my front page, and you can see all the playlists nice and organized there. And if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. November is the last of what I've been terming the theme months that we've been dealing with for some time now. Ever since the end of August, beginning of September, it seems like a lot of planets have been kind of grouping up and focusing on one area of each person's chart at a time. This is the last of them, and then once we get to December, we're going to see a lot more diversity when these transits go their own way. However, for you this month, there is extra emphasis going on, not just here, but there is extra emphasis going on with your fifth house of love, romance, creativity, recreation, and parenthood. And all of this really got started at the end of October. As of the end of October, Mars is in this part of your chart where Mars will be for the entirety of November. We've got the Sun here from the 1st through the 20th. We've got Mercury here from the 5th through the 24th, and a new moon here on the 4th itself. Mars, the planet of action, passion, and energy, that driving, obstacle-clearing force, is going hard here to help eliminate a lot of blocks that you may be encountering in your pursuit of recreation, or maybe a different kind of romance or a new relationship, or maybe just helping you and a partner achieve a major goal or aspiration that you have jointly in your relationship. This is also a time where a lot of walls can be coming down between you and your relationships with your kids. However, with Mars in this part of the chart, sometimes emotions can run high depending on where a person is in their process and in their development. They may not handle it with as much grace as others, and so it's important to keep that in mind. This is about tearing down walls so that hearts can better understand each other, find each other, reach each other, and communicate with each other. This will be very passionate and very rewarding and very gratifying most of the time. But there will be some cases where perhaps if a person is not handling this level of intensity very well, they may find themselves in a space where there is some conflict. Sometimes things can get explosive with Mars. So it's important to keep that in mind. That being said, it is, as I said, majority of the time going to be very gratifying, very exhilarating. You may be finding you are also attracting a great deal of new activities with which to bond with partners over, or maybe even bond with your kids over to create stronger relationships in that respect, and attracting very passionate, very assertive partners as well if you're a single or available Cancerian. The Sun here is bringing in a focus of attention, enhancement, and elevation. So it's bringing in a lot more levity, a lot more playfulness to a lot of your relationships as well, but it's also attracting a great deal of attention to you in the realm of recreation and creativity. Things that you want to get noticed for, or maybe even skills or talents you want to get attention for or bring awareness to, so that you are able to develop them in the public eye. Maybe there's something you want to debut, maybe there is a talent that you want to demonstrate or you want to showcase, possibly, even doing a bit of promoting of yourself. In that way, you're going to be finding that the Sun is really bringing you a lot of support here. The Sun is also turning you into a bit of a love magnet, and there may be a lot of adventures, a lot of playing hooky, or possibly even a bit of a honeymoon feel, whether you're coupled or not, throughout the course of the first 3 weeks, not just the first week, first 3 weeks of this month as well. Mercury from the 5th through the 24th is speeding up developments in this area. So you're going to be noticing all of these relationships maturing much more quickly, progressing much more quickly, whether they are established relationships being sped up towards a mutual goal or mutual aspiration, or they are maybe relationships with new people that are having better lines of communication established so that it's going to be easier to not only relate to one another, but to become more fluent in each other's languages. And the same thing can be said for your relationships with your kids. When it comes to the creative and recreational side of things, Mercury in this part of your chart is putting you on blast. And so anything that you're trying to put out there to be seen or to be discovered is going to be a lot easier during this month. The new moon in this part of your chart on the 4th is opening up a 2-week window between the 4th and the 18th for a new story to begin here, a new adventure to begin. Now, for some of you, this could actually be a new chapter in love where there could be a new direction we want to take an existing relationship, a new destination, or maybe a new path or a new lane we want to merge into that is not only more complementary to all involved, but also something that is a bit more sentimental, a bit more heartfelt, a bit more involved. And for those of you that are single or available, yes, very likely this is going to be a time where a new person that fits the bill also has a chance to show up. This new moon can also be a great time for those of you looking to either give birth to a creative project or even conceive. So this might also be something to think about this month if that's what you've been planning for or really, really hoping for. The energy is on your side as far as that's concerned. We also have Venus, planet of love, favor, affection, and popularity in Capricorn from the 5th of the month for the rest of the month all the way into the beginning of December. And this area is your 7th house of partnerships, closest one-on-one connections, boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, platonic and romantic, closest one-on-one connections and established commitments that you have. With Venus here, we are also seeing a transformation in the level of comfort, satisfaction, and even a bit a shift in the love languages or maybe the communication styles between all involved. People are getting a lot more vulnerable with each other and vulnerable with you. Yes, with that obstacle clearing Mars in the 5th house, this is really a big help, but things are actually coming in a way where the bonds, the loyalty, and the investment in one another is so much more palpable. Again, platonic and romantic across the board. And you're even attracting a tighter knit circle of friends to converge around you during this time. From the 21st on, now we're starting to see a bit of a shift, and we've got the sun moving into Sagittarius, your 6th house of work, reputation, and your schedule, and basically your service to the world. And we've also got Mercury moving into this area as well on the 24th, and they're going to be there well into December. With Mercury and the Sun together here, this is a time where you're going to notice you're getting a lot more value for the work and the labor you give. Whether this is what you're putting into the workforce, what you're putting into the community, what you are trying to maybe establish as a new source of income, or maybe widening or increasing the yield of a source of income that you have. This is also a time where your reputation is going to change. What you are known for is going to change in a way where you might actually find that this is orienting you in a completely new direction as far as your vocation or your career, or how you are going to be making a name for yourself just in the general public sense. This is also a time with Mercury here for a lot of you to be making a lot of swift progress with any kind of health direction you are trying to get a handle on. If you're trying to make progress with something you've been trying to shift in your body, gain weight, lose weight, make a transformation in your appearance, or something chronic or acute, Mercury's really providing you with a lot of assistance to get that in ship shape. And so really a cool shift to, kind of move the second half of the month with. Finally, we also have a full moon lunar eclipse, which is occurring in Taurus on the 21st. Now, this means it's a full moon squared. And so instead of, setting up a 2-week window, as we would see with the normal lunation, this is setting up a big turn for you that you're going to be feeling from the 21st of this month through the 21st of February 2022. This is in your 11th house of friendships and social networking and your sense of community. So we're talking about culminations and clearings with this full moon. And with these transformations to your reputation, what you're known for, the circles you're moving in, well, a lot of you Cancerian people may actually be transitioning from certain communities that you used to identify with but maybe no more. In much more serious cases, some of you may also be finding that this is a time where you could be slashing and burning certain friendships, certain social affiliations that ultimately do not work. This full moon will be pulling attention, especially towards unhealthy friendships or unhealthy connections, maybe ones that have been toxic the whole time or ones that have just become toxic over time. And some of you may actually be deciding to cut people off. Some people may actually be, coming to a place where it's like, this is the final straw, and then you do. And for some of you, you're making this transformation because so much other good is going on. You're actually getting a chance to migrate maybe from a connection, whether it's one connection or one group, or maybe a series or a set of connections, a set of communities that ultimately you have long since evolved or outgrown, whether it's to fully invest and enmesh yourself in one that you already do prize, or because of one you will discover and move yourself towards, okay? And because it's the 11th house, I do want to remind folks that this is most likely going to be in the platonic sense, right? So the guys, the girls, that kind of thing. So that's what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.